be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. They are God-denying demons that butcher babies.
Now, I want to bring us to the very first thing my man brought up here. If you vote Democrat, I don't even want you in this church. You get out. You get out if you vote Democrat. Like, now, isn't that contradictory to the entire message of the gospel of Jesus Christ? The man who, mingled with prostitutes and lepers and thieves and criminals and basically gave them a second chance, gave them an opportunity, not even necessarily to redeem themselves, but just to be accepted, to be looked at as human beings, to be a part of the community. And you, my friend, are the complete antithesis of what Jesus Christ is supposed to stand for. No. If you vote blue, I don't care who, you can shoo. I don't want you in my church. I don't want you in my denomination. No. You got to be MAGA. You got to be Donald Trump, because only then are you a true Christian.
That butcher babies and hate this nation.
Sounds to me like old Greggy needs his 501c3 tax-exempt status taken away from him. In case you haven't figured out where all the hate and discontent's coming from in this country yet, here you go. Where have we seen and heard rhetoric like this before? Oh yeah, that's right. When fascism comes to America, it'll be draped in the flag and carrying the cross.
So if you vote Democrat, you can't be a Christian. You just can't, right? Okay, so then he only points to abortion, which of course, as we know in the Bible, abortion is recommended if a woman cheats on her husband. So other than that, and also, I was tweeting out an article about how Benjamin Franklin in the 1700s, he basically put out abortion instructions on, different types of herbs that women can take. And of course, these same evangelical Christians are, so Americanized, and they're so like, oh, our founding fathers. But of course, when it comes to that, whatever. But, the Democratic Party that's typically in favor of things like social safety nets, the working class, or just giving a damn about regular people in general. Yes. That party, that's the anti-Christian one. But the one that's, pretty much all about the rich and the wealthy and, making them more rich and wealthy, and screw all these immigrants, and who needs a minimum wage, who needs a social safety net. Yes. Because again, that's what Jesus was all about. Not helping the poor and giving more and more to the rich.
Now, if you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you demon. You can get out, you baby butchering election thief.
I pray that you would do it in the United States. We would have such a cleansing of the House in November. But oh God, give us leaders like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz, and give us great leaders like Hawthorne. Give us great leaders that'll rise up and be mouthpieces, bold, on fire, clear, articulate, and on fire with their subject. And let freedom ring. Let freedom ring, Lord. Lord, I pray that you will raise up spirit-inspired leaders of the populist movement, that even in America, the Christian populists would begin to rise up to restore the nation. Christian nationalists that love America and that are sane and rational and want to see America not destroyed by the globalists. I pray that you raise up a church that is so powerful and so disruptive to the agendas of these elites that some too has to happen. Why did the heathen rage and the rulers imagine a vain thing?
We all know the best way to speak to God is by rolling around in a swivel chair, bobbing an iPhone precariously up and down while live streaming to thousands on Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook. Devout Christian nationalist Lance Wallnau did just that when he held a live stream on Facebook Tuesday to pray to God for good news for the zaniest of Republicans to be victorious in their House races this fall. Wallnau called for, quote, such a cleansing of a House in November that Congress will be filled with Christian nationalists and, quote, great leaders like Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene, Madison Cawthorn, and Matt Gaetz. Yes, those Congress members who have recently gone through some very un-Christian-like scandals, respectively, profound displays of racism, divorce, and potential sex predation. He also uses the clear dog whistle of globalists to describe whose hands he does not want the country to fall into, a term which is generally understood to refer to Jewish people. Let's dive into Wallnau's brand of Christianity Christianity because, believe it or not, there is some sort of doctrine involved here. Wallnow practices an evangelical branch of Christianity called Seven Mountains Dominionism, which is a radical theology that advocates having right-wing Christians control all aspects of society. Followers of Seven Mountains theology believe that they must, quote, do whatever is necessary to take control of the seven main mountains that shape our culture. Those mountains are education, government, media, business, arts, entertainment, family, and religion, in order to implement the will of God throughout the nation and the world. Wallnow, perhaps the most vocal member of this branch, knows that he is losing this battle over society, saying in an earlier Facebook live stream that, quote, elite leftists neutralized the church, they changed the definition of marriage, so they've taken over family, they've totally taken over academia, so the education institutions are teaching leftist theology or leftist ideology and silencing conservatives. They're controlling government right now, they've taken over legacy media, Hollywood, entertainment, and the arts, and now they've got Wall Street. But luckily for us, Wallnow is very vague on how he and his acolytes plan to rectify all of this. He basically just repeats over and over again that the only way to save the nation is for Christians, specifically this wild branch of Christians, to overtake all of those mountains. I think it's safe to say that that's not going to happen anytime soon, but if it does, you heard the warnings here first.